there, YouTube, on this kind of a dreary looking morning. And it ain't very warm out here. You'll have to ignore the 75 degrees on the spider. That's actually not accurate. I put the Honda car in the garage right away when I got home. That shop is so well insulated that the car heats the garage up and it'll retain the heat all night long. You can go into that shop during the day. Oh, and it feels so good. It's like air conditioned in there. It's gonna be 100 degrees outside and you walk in there and it's 65. I don't know how it does it. And then by the time it starts to change, the night comes again and cools it back off. And of course at night, I'm in and out of the shop, so I'll let that nice cool air in, and it just retains it. But you probably notice this is a little windier sounding than usual, because I am not using the Hero 4 and the Cena setup due to the camera acting all weird all the time. Speaking of which, what do you guys think of the Hero 4 sessions? Even with my debacles with the Hero 4s, I will be buying one of those. And I don't want you guys to have a bad taste in your mouth over Hero 4s. You got to remember, 99% of the people that bought Hero 4s, whether silver or black, are 110% perfectly satisfied with it. I think I'm pulling from a bad batch here. So once I get back from the Yosemite thing, I'll deal with swapping this camera out with GoPro. I never got back with the guy because the last time I talked to the guy at GoPro, I went up and picked this up, and then you guys seen the result of my very first test with it riding home. But nobody else. Well, there's one other guy that I know of that has the same problem, and he posted back on that. I forget what the forum's even called. He posted back saying that his new one did the same thing, but he bought the Extreme Pro memory card and it went away. And I'm like, oh my god. That's what everybody GoPro keeps saying it's something to do with the memory card. Even despite the fact I can take the memory card out, put the LCD back on, and it'll still do it. But one of the things I've noticed too is the camera gets extremely hot. Very, very, very hot. Right away it gets very hot. Even set up in the Cena frame, which the camera's, other than the sides, is completely exposed to open air, open cool air. It gets very, very, very hot. And my silver, the first Hero 4 I got, which was a silver, actually started seizing up. And I think it was heat related, and it would just get extremely hot, and it would just boil the batteries. And the batteries survived. I still use them. Of course, I sent the stock GoPro battery back with the camera. But anyway, I've just been exchanging these things at work, and like I mentioned before, they're, between the silver and the first black, there was like a 27,000 unit difference, and there's like a 3,000 unit difference between the two blacks. So these things are all coming from the same batch. So I'll deal with that later. But anyway, I do have a side mount on my helmet that I'm going to run the Hero 4, and I'm going to use it strictly for dual and multi-vlogging, and I'm going to keep this up front for my normal vlogs while I'm on the trip. And speaking of the trip, as you'll notice that today is Tuesday, July 7th, and there'll be no vlog today. Here for I think a couple months or better now, I've been putting up a video every single day. There'll be no video today, and I don't even know if I'll be able to get this one up to show up tomorrow. But my goal is not to make this very long, and let you guys know that I'll be gone. So last night I was gathering all my gear and packing everything. Tonight I'm gonna come home and get the bike all packed and ready to go, so that Wednesday when I get off work, which I was hoping to get off early, but there was a snafu there. Some of the service riders didn't know my vacation. We have what we call a team site, which should be your home page on your browser, and it shows a calendar and it shows who's off and when. And back when I was a service manager, service director, it was mandatory that you looked at that daily. You looked at that daily. You looked at all bulletins from all the manufacturers daily. I have no idea what those guys do. I see a lot of, no, there was a couple of people that didn't know, and they filled my schedule. So anyway, we had to do some jockeying around. In fact, my kid's going to have to come down to the Vancouver store tomorrow to help me get caught up, because we got 2 of those heat exchange things to have done tomorrow, and there's no way I can get 2 of them done. I haven't found enough tricks and shortcuts on that thing, which there's pretty much none. You're just going to do it like they say to do it. But the time they pay and the actual time it takes is, as usual with all recalls, it doesn't matter whether it's motorcycle, car, or whatever, they never pay enough. But it's almost like they want us to take some ownership in their mistake. So anyway, the videos are going to be a little sparse. I'll try to get this one up tonight so that you'll know that, this will be released on Wednesday. Wednesday's my last day here. Early in the morning Thursday, I'm rolling south, and it will continue south for about 740 miles. I'm going to try to do this all in one shot. So, the old rule of thumb, 2 hours for every 100 miles, you're talking a 15-hour trip. Hell, even Google Maps, you just do a quick thing there, it's showing 12 hours. It's 11 hours and 50-something minutes. So, adding 3 hours for gas and other things, when you do that on Google Maps, that's what the straight time through. If you had a car that would go 750 miles on a tank of gas, and you didn't stop for anything, you stayed in that car and had your lunch and food and a little pee bottle, and you made no stops, in other words, that's what it'll take. 11 hours and 50, basically 12 hours. So having a 3-hour buffer and calling this thing 15 hours is pretty risky. Usually more than that, because to give you an example, it was supposed to be 9 hours from here to Twin Falls, Idaho. And the first shot through with Kelly and I, of course, we stopped at Multnomah Falls for an hour and a half, and that really put us back. You know what? Because I want to finish this thing, I'm not going to jump on the freeway just yet. Anyway, it took us over 15 hours to go 654 miles. God, that truck took that left. For some reason I thought that went straight. I wasn't totally paying attention to him. And when he veered left, I thought he was going to try to make this turn at that speed. And I'm like, wow, you guys are about to see a huge truck crash. So that gives you an idea. That was 6 hours off. And so you figure it was, basically 4.5 if you take away the goofing around at Multnomah Falls. And then we did stop and have a sit-down lunch. And how I made that same trip from Twin Falls back to here on the last day of the Utah trip, I only stopped at gas stations. I would go until, I don't go until the fuel light comes on. I'm not one of those that likes to take chances. I forget how many miles I go. I can look at my, because I keep spreadsheets on all the gas mileage and everything. I can see what the, and I block off trips and put a little note to the side that, you know, this was the Utah run or whatever. So anyway, I forget how many miles I was going. It seemed like it was 150 or 170, somewhere in there, and then I would stop. And when I would stop, I would have a little, you know, I had different things, breakfast bars, energy bars. Some were sweet, some were, you know, like healthy, grainy type stuff. And oats and whatnot. Jeez. I don't expect to see people just randomly out here. Looks like some young lad's gonna go do themselves some fishing or something. I have no idea what they're doing. I thought those fish poles from a distance is black pipe. But anyway, that was the only stops I made. And there were some times I was stopping. I could only go about an hour and a half because I had to keep wetting my cool suit down. And when it's, just so you know, like you look at that, the Hyper Cool is the brand of wetsuit, cool suit that I got. And you know, they advertise it lasts for hours. Well, yeah, it would last for hours, but they're not taking into account you're on a motorcycle going 80 miles an hour down the freeway in 110-degree weather. So the suit would lose its air conditioning effect in about 45 minutes. And then I could only stand about another 45 of it, because once the suit completely dries out, it becomes a windbreaker, which is really weird that thing flows that air as well as it does when it's wet, but yet just absolutely becomes a windbreaker afterwards. But I would unzip it and then it would scoop the air, and that felt good. So oh, look at all that gravel in the road. Nasty. That'd be horrible to have to brake for a deer or something on a motorcycle and not know that gravel was there. But anyway, so the videos are going to be sparse. I'm going to try to... the hell are you doing? That's not random at all. But anyway, oh, he was pulling over to let me by, and that was that's what he decided was a good place to pull over. That's kind of different, but that's cool. Anyway, I'm just rattling on about stupid shit. So what I'm going to try to do is Thursday on the venture down, you know, if we have to stop for a cool-off break of some sort, I'll try to dump this. I'll dump a quick like introduction to the Utah trip. There's a bike reveal in here as well. I'll get that. I'll get it on my iPad, and I can make a quick movie with iMovie. And the iPad is cellular, so and I've got massive data that I can use up. I don't hardly use any data. I use an average of 1.5 gigs, and I got tons and tons and tons of room. It's 40 gigs I have per month, so I can upload a few videos, and iMovie crunches them down so they're a good reasonable size. Anyway, I'll make it, get it uploaded. I can do it real quick. You know, just make a one-take wonder and process it and go in I forget what the hell the YouTube thing is, only available for iOS. It's not the Creator Suite, it's something. But anyway, it's a YouTube video uploader, and I'll get the thing uploaded, and while we're driving along, it'll just sit there in the background and upload its little heart out, and then when we stop, I'll go in and fill in the description and title and all that kind of jazz, and that would be that. So I'm gonna try to do something every oh yeah, son of a bitch, yeah. God, I was gonna get on this thing a few times with the hard mic. You can actually hear the bike. Probably don't with all this wind. God damn, this thing's nice. I'm telling you, do not put some loud exhaust on these things. I'm telling you, that Akrapovic exhaust, that thing definitely added something to this thing. And it's almost, I don't know if this, I don't think I've ever noticed the exhaust doing this before. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. But I swear this exhaust is breaking in. It seems to get spunkier the more I ride it. But anyway, it's an expensive muffler. There's no doubt about that. But if you don't understand why, read up about Akrapovic exhaust. Or if you're in America, it's most commonly known as an Akrapovic, but that's not the correct pronunciation. But anyway, I probably got bugs on my lens, and you're probably staring at a gnat or something. But anyway, so the videos are going to be a little sparse. I will try to do something once a day. I think I said this last time too, but as long as I got cell service, or maybe even Wi-Fi, who knows, this camping area may have Wi-Fi. I know the first night we're Giant Midget Moto and myself were gonna stay in a hotel motel. We didn't make reservations because we don't know what kind of heat and disaster we're gonna go through, and just in case, you know, we have to stop soon somewhere, we don't want to end up paying for a room we're not going to stay in. So anyway, we're going to wing it as far as that goes. That may turn around and bite us in the ass, but you never know. I'll have my tent. It's a 1.5 person tent, and that would be wholly hilarious to see him and I both in a 1.5 person tent. Oh, we would be all kinds of cuddly. But anyway, I don't know what he's bringing. I haven't got into those details with him. But anyway, said this was going to be short as hell. Made her 17 minutes here, so anyway, there's my announcement. I'm too busy packing and prepping to do a daily video. I'm still vlogging. I didn't vlog yesterday because I caged it. And anyway, I will put this up. And oh, look at XXX Deadhead's video of all the details of it. If you're somewhere around or can make it, there's all the details of where we're meeting and when we're meeting. So take a look at that. It's I forget the title of it. It's something about Yosemite details or something of that nature. I think he posted it Friday, I believe. So go check that out for all the details. You guys would like to follow us around on not MapQuest, but Google Maps and whatnot. That'll give you some hard info of where we're going and what we're doing. So all the addresses and dates and times are all there. So check that out. If you can make it, fantastic. Hell, even if you just come up and say hey, that would be phenomenal. So anyway, the trip begins. For me, it started last night because I was getting camera gear and all my stuff sorted out, and tonight I'll be packing the bike and getting the bike prepped and doing just figuring out where everything's going to go on the bike. I have some things just I have like all my camera stuff and cables in a box, and all my foo-foo stuff like the gimbal and poles and some other stuff in another box. And the camping gear is easy. It all goes into one rucksack. So I'll be sorting all that stuff out tonight, and I'll be really busy. And then while I'm doing that, I'll work on this video. I'm gonna make it a damn long video if I don't shut up. So anyway, don't think something happened to me because suddenly my daily video stopped. And like I say, I'll do my very best to try to do at least a mobile upload of some sort, because on my iPad I can transfer the videos to the iPad and manipulate them there. And if I have, well, actually I can even tether my my phone to the laptop with cellular, But I'm figuring, you know, we may stop to try to cool off or something, and I'll try to do a purpose, do one quick little vlog, something that I can process very quickly, and we'll upload very easily through cellular, and we'll have little updates as we go along. I've been thinking about the little Instagram little video thing. What do you got, like 15 seconds or something like that? I may play around with that a little bit too, so you guys make sure if you haven't jumped on my Instagram, on my YouTube homepage, hit about. All my links are right there, so don't be afraid to jump on and follow, and I'll try to well, with Instagram I can actually push that to Facebook and everything. You'll see them. So anyway, wish us luck. Temperatures don't look like they're going to be too terribly bad on the route down. My only fear is going through Medford, Oregon. Depending on what time of day we make it through there, there's a 50% chance of thunderstorms, rain and thunderstorms. So that could be at 93 degrees. So a 93 degree thunderstorm, that 93 degrees is going to feel like 110. I grew up in the South. I know what that humidity's like, and it is brutal. Unbelievably brutal. Man, it can make a 90 degrees feel like something you've never felt before. And all you boys down the South, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So anyway, thanks for watching. Don't get freaked out if I can't get this daily thing to go, but I'm gonna do my best, I promise. If nothing else, I'll do the little quick Instagram things, the little updates, hey, here we are kind of a thing. So we'll chit chat with y'all later on. We'll see ya. Thanks. Bye bye now.